Can Agyapong cries over Bryan Acheampong money throwing? Can Agyapong cries over Bryan Acheampong money throwing? Who is Kennedy Agyapong? Now, 65-year-old Kennedy Agyapong served as an MP for his area in Asin Central for a number of terms, until he told himself that the Ghana parliament had become so cheap that any Tom, Dick, and Harry could be part of the Ghana parliament as an MP. He said the MP money or the salary was so low that if anybody thought that was what was feeding him, then they would be lying. Again, he said that all the support he had been giving to people, should he give out his post as an MP, it will help him, because many people would not come back to him anymore. By virtue of the fact that I am an MP, many people troop to my house and ask for support. If today I decide to relinquish that position, those people would not come to me anymore, and I will save my money. Kennedy Agyapong. He's a vituperative man. He speaks with a lot of power and energy, and many have called him a loose cannon. Many say he is not, in fact, an office material. Many have said that this man here is so easy to get angry. In other words, he's bad-tempered. And he could just press buttons one day and set Ghana aflame should he get angry. But he has steaming fans as well. Many people who think that this is the man they want. The man who is not a regular politician. A man who could speak his mind. A man who could attack his own party and call them corrupt and thieves and foolish. A man who will stand up against the president of the republic with no fear and tell him, hey, I'll give you a showdown. A man who will threaten the vice president of the republic and tell him that you are a cheat, I'm coming for you. Many people think that this is the kind of man they want, the kind of man who would speak his mind no matter what. My brother, my sister, this is Kennedy Agyapong. If we mean to talk about him, we will need another 30 days before we can complete it. He's been on the campaign trail, and he has been campaigning, and recent statistics show that, oh, he is one of the people that might just be picked up for the flag bearer position of the NPP. And when you watch it here, my brother, my sister, this says the 2026 NPP presidential primaries. He is number 1 on the ballot box, followed by Bryan Acheampong. Mahamudu Bawumia comes next. Yao Osei Educhum, former education minister, comes 4. And then Kwabna Agyapong, whose father was a judge, one of the judges that went down in the days of Rawlings in the murder of the High Court judges. These are the people contesting. And it looks like the race has shifted away from Bawumia, and it is now between Kennedy Agyapong and Bryan Acheampong. Now, Bryan Acheampong boasted the other day that he gave Kennedy Agyapong $5 million American dollars in order for him to rescind his decision not to support the party and Bawumia in the last elections. From that time, Kennedy Agyapong has not really come out to deny it, but his followers have said that when Kennedy Agyapong went on the campaign trail, he spent more than the amount of money that Bryan Acheampong claimed he gave him. In other words, if I took any money from you, it was all spent and even more on the same campaign that I went on. Kennedy himself has never come out to deny that he took some money from Bryan Acheampong. Now, Bryan Acheampong is in a position of riches. Kennedy has always been seen as a rich man. He has said it time and again that he's richer than every single Hollywood star in America. In fact, he boasts every now and then that he has so much money that money doesn't frighten him. He started off by selling PK on the streets, as he told us. Some people said he went into drug peddling, but he has always denied it vehemently. Bryan Acheampong, on the other side, my brother, my sister, was born in 1972. And he was born in Nkwetia, in Kwehu. Kwehu Nkwetia. The same birthplace as the special prosecutor. Right there in the eastern region of Ghana, 1972. My brother, my sister, and he went to school in America and some other such places. It came out recently that he also had a stint with the American Army, which has become so controversial, and investigators are still looking at it. In fact, this man has tabled down his achievements, and some of them are shocking. I'm going to play you a tape. Listen to him blow his own trumpet. What he has done. He has the biggest hotel in the whole of West Africa, sitting on the mountains. He has built a certain long tarmac that's in an airport, and is one of the longest and the biggest in the whole of the South region. When I heard some of the things that he said, I was shocked, and I asked myself, what this man is saying, is it true? Or he's just telling us a cock and bull story in order to get elected? My brother, my sister, let's listen to this guy. He's called Bryan Acheampong. And when we return, we will scrutinize a few things and hit back strongly. Watch this.
And then we talk about ideas. Ideas. The biggest hotel in Africa is my idea. The longest run airport, the airport with the longest runway in the world is my idea. I solved big problems that this country confronted. Ghost names. Removed over 50,000 people from the payroll through my software. That was my idea. All the companies that I ran, functioning, employed, over 1,000 people around this environment, in this community, the growth pool that I've established here, those are ideas translated into action. Those who are competing with me, go to their communities and find out how their ideas have translated into action. But it's simple. Or, if you remember, 2 weeks ago, Kudakos Station, Multimedia, they put out that government or Cocoa Board has received $4 billion in deposits. Did you see that? Do you know who caused it? Brian, you are looking at me. When I went to the Ministry of Agriculture, Cocoa Board, I supervised it. They told me that since 1947, we have always gone for syndication. We go for $2 billion, and it's a big deal. Cocoa Sikanaba. And I'm Refi. Underneath that $2 billion that we have gotten is the 10% interest that we are paying. 5%, 6%, 10% interest. So you get $2 billion and you are paying $200 million in interest. I went in there, I said, we have our cocoa. You want to buy our cocoa, but I have to go and take a loan and pay 10% interest and come and buy the cocoa and supply you. And when I have supplied you, you pay the money to the bank that I went for the loan for. It's a bank for us. I'm going to cancel syndication. It was a big deal. I remember very well in cabinet, everybody thought I was on something very strong. I said it doesn't inure to the benefit of this country. These are the numbers. Everybody was against me. President Akufo-Addo took a chance on my decision and said, I will support this. For the first time, 2024, we did not do syndication. Anyway, the strategy was simple. If you want Ghana cocoa, bring your money. You, the buyer, bring your money to us. We will go and buy the cocoa and supply to you. I'm not going to take a loan and go and buy the cocoa, come and supply to you and go and pay interest. Simple common sense, core business calculation. And that is how come I took the bold decision to cancel syndication. And nobody is talking about it. These are ideas translated into bold action that is saving the country a lot of money. And today, the cocoa buyers are bringing their money, depositing. And we are even getting interest on the money. That's the difference. That's the kind of things that I do.
Did you hear him? This is Bryan Acheampong. All the things that he said, are they verifiable? Or is he a crook? Like a lot of these politicians. Let us be honest with ourselves. Can we verify some of these things? What happened to the cocoa syndication loan? Do you know what it means to say cocoa syndication loan? Ghana was going for loans, for instance, $2 billion American dollars, in order to buy our own cocoa from the farmers, which we went ahead to supply to potential buyers. And when they bought it and paid us, we had to go and pay back the loan of $2 billion with about 10% interest. So we paid about 200 million in excess of the interest. Do you understand it? You want my cocoa. Instead of bringing the money to buy the cocoa, no, you sit in your home, cross your legs, and you tell us to supply to you. How do we supply? We can't go to the farmers and say, oh, give us the cocoa. When we sell, we'll come and pay you. No, the farmer wants his money. Where do we get the money? We go to the same people and borrow 2 billion. And we use this money to buy the cocoa from our farmers, supply to these people, get the money from them, and when we are paying them back their 2 billion, we have to pay interest in excess of 10%, 200 million. Bryan Acheampong said, he sat back and said, no, this does not inure to the benefit of the nation. I will cancel it. So he went back to the buyers and said, hey, we have the best cocoa in Ghana. And at that time, he was their Greek minister. We are not going to supply you cocoa like that. You have to pay us first. They will bring the cocoa to you. And that way, they were able to cut away the syndication loans. Today, Cocoa Board is sitting down with that whatever syndication loans. And according to him, Cocoa Board is making like 4 billion American dollars. Is that true? Is that false? My brother, my sister, if this is true, then this is a visionary. If this is true, then this guy has brains. I've never met him, never seen him, never encountered him. In fact, I've never liked him. Because in the run-up to the elections, this was the man who said they would never hand power over to anybody, not the NDC. They will keep power. And for me, I thought that that was a usurpation of the franchise of the people of Ghana. Can I say it again? It was a usurpation. He was usurping, in fact, the franchise of the Ghanaian voter. And that was the time we heard that he had some military background in America and all that. And initially, I had also heard that the software he was talking about that was taking ghost names out, in fact, it was overpriced to the government of Ghana because his party was in power. And he made so much money millions of American dollars from that software. Is it true that it was overpriced? I've heard this in several quarters. He says he's built the longest, or the idea came from him, the longest runway into the tarmac of one of the biggest airports. He says, and I close on that, the other people who are competing with me, go to their areas and constituencies and let's see what their ideas have culminated into. I like that. Let's go to Kennedy Agyapong's place. His ideas, have they brought anything meaningful to the people of Asin Central? At least, if you give a man a small piece of land for him to farm on, you don't add more land if he hasn't been able to put this small piece of land into judicious use, maximum use. If you send sheep out to graze and they don't return, you don't send more. I think that I'm beginning to like the way this Bryan Acheampong guy is speaking. He has ideas. His ideas have come out with some facts. But this is where the problem is. Watch this. And is coming from Ghana Web. What does it say? Kennedy Agyapong cries foul as Bryan Acheampong's financial power shifts NPP race. Kudi, Ega, Kalu, Dodo, money. Run the story, my youth. Come here. Now the new patriotic party's upcoming presidential primaries appear to be taking a dramatic turn as outspoken flag bearer hopeful Kennedy Ohene Agyapong finds himself battling a new wave of financial influence. This time from Bryan Acheampong, who is fast emerging as the party's new money magnet. In what political watchers describe as a passionate but frustrated outburst on VOV radio in the Hohoi constituency of the Volta region, Agyapong urged delegates to reject what he called money politics and instead vote for a leader genuinely concerned about their welfare. When we were begging for 500 Ghana cedis, where were they? When we didn't have cars as late as May 2016, where were these rich people in the NPP? Those giving you money today would abandon you after the election. Agyapong lamented. The Maverick MP, known for his blunt talk, further appealed to delegates, especially in the Volta region, to look beyond short-term financial temptations and consider their long-term future. He claimed to have acquired over 60,000 hectares of land in the region to create employment opportunities as proof of his genuine commitment to their well-being. Dash it away. Kennedy Agyapong told us that if his brother did not win the elections in Swami, he would be disappointed. But he didn't stop there. He went ahead to say, if his brother won against Asenso Boache and became the MP for Swami, he will create jobs in the area for the people of the area for voting his brother into power. They didn't vote his brother. Therefore, nothing happened for the people. I have a problem with that. Are you helping the people because you believe genuinely they need help? Or is a kind of a contractual agreement? Vote me. When you vote me, then I'll do this for you. Vote my brother. If you vote my brother, I will come and help you. Once your brother was not voted, nothing for the people. They can go as hungry as they want. We have asked Kennedy Agyapong to give us answers to this. Up till now, we haven't heard from him. Now, the 60,000 hectares in the area, tell me, is it conditional to? If you don't win, would you still create the employment? If you win, it's different. But if you don't win, would you create it? Now, Kennedy Agyapong is making a lot of sense in this, and I'm going to close on this. He says, At the time that the party was begging for 500 Ghana cedis, all these rich people, where were they? When we needed cars, as late as May 2016, Kennedy Acheampong was the major financier of the party. He supplied cars in their hundreds for the party, gave money to the party, foot soldiers to the party, and so much money to the party. Bryan Acheampong and the rest were all missing. Today, they've been able to get some money, and that money, my brother, my sister, is what they are using to be able to buy votes. Now, this takes us to something interesting. Vote buying during our elections. My brother, my sister, this is Kennedy Acheampong versus Bryan Acheampong. Bryan Acheampong has come out to say, the man that claims to be so rich, I gave him 5 million American dollars because I knew he was broke after the elections, and he took it. It was a mind game. He claims he's so rich. Many people say he's rich, but I am richer than him. That is how come I am giving so much money to the people. My brother, my sister, when he went all the way to Bantama, I think Swami was the place for, what's the man's name? Napo. Somewhere around there. But Bantama was actually the place where there was that contention. And once he couldn't get the opportunity to be an MP in that area, I'm not too sure. Bantama, Swami, whatever it is, a place in the Ashanti region. Asensu Boache won. No development went to the area because he didn't win. Whatever it is, my brother, my sister, we are still battling with a very terrible demon, and that demon is vote buying. When will the average Ghanaian be respected? You can't go to America and start buying people's votes. You will go to jail. It's so disrespectful for you to walk up to a voter and say, vote for me and take this. We have become so cheap that Adwosafu and the rest can come and give us yogurt and calipo in order for us to vote for them. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukweshonamo, where we speak truth to power. Come here. Kennedy Acheampong. Is he going to win this time? Who has more money? Is this primaries going to be decided by who has the biggest money, the highest bidder? Or is going to be a battle of ideas? Where does Kennedy Acheampong stand? Does he have the ideas? Does he have the money? Where does Bryan Acheampong stand? Does he have the ideas? He has demonstrated that he has ideas. Is he corrupt? We have to find out that software. Did he milk the people of Ghana? Does he have the money? He has proven beyond all doubt that he's richer than a lot of the people who claim they are rich in the party. Is that correct? But it is a shame that we are standing here discussing who has the biggest amount of money when an election that is supposed to lead Ghana is lacking behind. Is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukweshonamo, where we speak truth to power.